RLC321 back again with another video build update of the U.S.S. Franklin by Mobius Models. So what we're going to do today is going to put in the fibre optic lines ready for when my LEDs come in, and then once the LEDs come in, I'll then show you how I try and connect them to the flickering LED. So I've got 0.75 fibre optic here, which should be plenty. At least I hope so. No, it should be more than enough. So first thing I want to do though is get some LED. So, not LED, fibre optic. I want to choose quite a big length here. That'll do for now. Get some scissors. Right, there we go. So when you're using LEDs, okay, because obviously this still hasn't been painted yet, but what you want to do when you push it through, you want to make sure you have some showing on the top. Okay, the reason you do that is so that when you paint it, you can just cut that piece off close to the line, and you still have your fibre optic showing. Now the only other caveat, for want of a better word, with fibre optic, you can't use plastic glue, you can't use super glue, because that melts, the plastic glue will melt it, super glue makes it brittle and it breaks. So you need to use PVA glue or canopy glue or something along those lines. Also, this doesn't bend too well. I mean, I'm thinking what I've got here, it should be okay, that should be enough of a bend. But normally, if you wanted to say bend fibre optic, right, so you got a bit of fibre optic there. This is what I would do. I'll get my soldering iron and just hover it very lightly over the soldering iron or underneath it, and there you go. You can see it now bend, and move it away, and you can see I've now got a 90-degree angle in my bend, and the light won't interfere because there's no breaks. Because if you try and bend it like this just by itself, it bloody well works, doesn't it? Of course it would. Yeah. Okay, normally it would break and the light would stop going through, you wouldn't get as bright a light there. But that's just how I do it. There's these, you know, and I just find that easier to work with. So I'm going to put the fibre optics in here, leaving about ½ an inch or so at the bottom, and let's say, so all the fibre optics I want about that long, give or take. Yeah, because that should be plenty, and then I can trim them off when I put them all together, you see. So if I start cutting these, I'll bring you guys back in a minute. Okay, so I've now got 20 fibre optics all cut to a certain length that I wanted, and now it's just a matter of putting them in. I mean, this fibre optic's got a natural curve, so I want to try and keep that natural curve as best as I can, because it makes it easier pointing in one direction. Come on, there you go. Basically it's just this. Filling them in. And this is it. So what I'm going to do, once I've filled these in, I'll bring you guys back in a minute. Okay, so then now all in, and they're all roughly about even, give or take. Now what we need to do is just twist this around, just so you guys can see. Get the PVA glue. Get the PVA glue. And tell me your blocks you are. Yeah, okay. So as I was saying, you get the PVA glue. Oh dear. And just put it around each of these. But then obviously we need to make sure and wait for it to set before we could do anything else with it anyway. And so it's a good thing that I have to wait for the LEDs to come in. Otherwise I'd be tempted to try and do things with it. Okay, so there we go. That's the fibre optics. Excuse me. That's pretty much what I do. And obviously once the glue's all dried and everything like that, actually I'm gonna keep it upright so it dries good and proper. Yeah, there you go, that'll do. So yeah, as I said, that's what I do, how I do the fibre optics. There's probably better ways of doing it, but this is part one of what I'm going to be doing. The next video will be on continuation of this, where I will be joining probably like this half together and this half together, joining them all together, angling them all down to point to a certain location where the LED is going to be. I'm probably going to have to use two, because trying to put all of these together all in one go is probably going to be a bit of a pain. So we're just going to do it in two sections. So we're going to get one there, over there, one over there, angle them down and get them in. So I will see you guys in the next video of that. Hey guys, OLCs321 Fantastic Plastic, back again with another Mobius model build update video. This time we're going to be looking at our LEDs. I've already done a video. This is probably going to be joined to that video, and in there we put the fibre optics in that video, but what we need to do is bend them over like this. But if you try and just bend them, they could potentially snap. So we're not going to do that. No. What we are going to do, we're going to grab a couple of LEDs and we're going to put our soldering iron close to them, but not too close, and they should start bending. Okay, let that dry, and then that way that shouldn't interfere with our what's it called? I can't think of what it's called now. Yeah, it shouldn't interfere with the light going through it, because you're making it's a nice and easy bend instead of a break in it. It should be fine. So let's do this other one. Let's heat this one up as well. Now you don't want to get too close to the plastic either, so just bear that in mind. Now this one could do a little bit more. Okay. I think this one might be a problem, because it doesn't look like it's bent properly, but we'll have a look. Bend them over, hold them in place so they're cooled down, and they should stay. Right, and the reason I'm doing this is so that it's, get hold of these properly. The reason I'm doing this is so that when we go to set them up, not set them up, but get them all ready to go, they're already bent into place and just going to make our lives a lot easier. And let's do these here. Well, that one went before I even got a chance to do anything. Right, let's see if I can quickly do this one. Oh man, like that, okay. Right, so I want to check this, make sure this one's going to be working okay, mainly because it looks like I may have done a boo-boo on it. Let's put that down to 3 volts. Get our clipper clips. Right. Put these fibre optics together, and then it should be okay. Looks like we're going to be okay. Yeah, no, they're fine. They're fine. So that's good. That's good then. Right, let's take those off. Switch that off there. And as I say, you don't want to get too close. As I said, when you'll see what I mean, the reason why I'm doing this in a few minutes. Okay. Now I do these here. And you don't want to touch the plastic of your model either. Bend these down. And the last one. Okay, and there we go. Right, so that's our fibre optics bended. So now what we need to do, if I get this, So I'm going to be using a straw. This is just going to help hold everything into place. It's just a normal straw, and I'm going to cut it about that much there, and do the same with the other side. There we go. Right, so what we then need to do is get our fibre optics into the straw. Okay, and then we want these ones to go in there, and these ones to go in there as well. Now you can see why I've angled them down a little bit, because that way I can get these fibre optics in there just right. So there we go. So now I've got the fibre optics in there. What I'm going to do is get some not hot glue, good God no, and not super glue either. There it is, my canopy glue. And just fill up this back hole first. Actually, before I do that, now I've got an idea of where they're going to be. Let's take these out. Yes, I thought as much. So I need to keep hold of them there. I'm gonna grab hold of the scissors, and about there, just snip those off, and figure out how much there. So if I do about there, okay, and because I want these obviously to be all nice and bunched together, and that's what the tape is going to do for us. But I also need to cut this, and I don't have too many pairs of hands. What about you? Will you do? You hold on to that? Yes, you will. Good. Right. Yeah, scissors. Cut that in half. Now, grab onto this again. Okay. Make sure we've got everything there. Put these fibre optics back inside. Make sure they are all in. And then we can put our glue in there, if the glue will want to come out. Of course the glue doesn't want to come out. Of course not. Why? I mean, why would it? There we go. Right, now the glue will come out. He says, and he yeah, it is. It's just got to. Come on, out you come. There, so I'm gonna just let that sit like that for a little bit, because what we're then going to need to do is I've got my flashing LEDs somewhere. I know I do. I do. Promise. Honestly. Oh dear. Where are they gone? That's white. Red. I'm positive I had them. No. I will bring you guys back when I find the flickering LEDs. Okay, there we go. I'm now back. So, yep, I did have my flickering LEDs. So, got those there. Obviously we need to put a resistor on, but because I'm going to be using just that for the moment. And let's put this on here. There. Put a negative on here. Just there. So that's the flickering. Don't know if you can see that too well, but that's flickering. So then, in theory, obviously it's going to have to be painted black. Put this LED in here. Put it in as far as I can so it's touching the fibre optics. So then, let's switch off the light. And bring you up. We have got flashing thrusters. Or flickering thrusters. Thrusters, I should say. That's that. I think that's working out pretty well. Let's switch the light back on. So that's what I'm going to be doing with these. And let's undo that now and take that off. Just because obviously I still need to put resistors on these yet. But yeah, once that's done, this is all nice and dry. I can then paint all of these black and this black as well, so then there's no light going through whatsoever. And obviously I need to do the opposite side one as well, get them all in so we know exactly what's what. And there's them there, there's that there. And there's these two, they're gonna go in. And you didn't go in. Yep, you go in. And you. Then you. And you. And then you. There we go. So again, that's all in. Push these down and get them to kind of meet up. And as I say, this doing it like this, it's going to be so much easier. So again, I've got all of those. Take that off. And then I'm going to use these to cut them this time. Ping! Put these all back in. Right. Now that should hold that together nicely. Then I can put the glue in. There we go. So now, before we do anything else, we now need to let that glue dry. So anyway, that's it for the fibre optics. Obviously we're going to be painting it all and everything like that, but we'll do that later. We're just going to hand paint it. That's it for pretty much the fibre optics, because obviously you know how to solder, so you know how to solder them all on, and they're just going to be joined to the main power, which is going to be onto the main power for here, because it's all part of the same. It doesn't need to go on the Arduino circuit or anything like that. So yeah, that's that part done. So guys, I'm going to say thank you very much for watching this video. I will see you in the next one, which will be making a start on painting. So I'll see you guys then. Take care of yourselves. Bye bye now.